Welcome back and welcome to a new background. I've kind of set up this little area with books. Apparently I have a lot of books here already. I don't know how that happened. But I'm here with my September book haul. As always, this book haul will be split into books I have received from publishers, books I have bought, and books I have checked out of the library. Because of course, as soon as you get to a new place you're going to be for any length of time, you head to the library. So I have some of my books here. This is my mum's collection of sharp books, which did as well on a pointless question the other day. Good for that. A couple of travel books over here. So we're kind of, muddling together. I've got some light coming through here and it's kind of creating a bit of a funny light here, but I quite like it. I like the extra light. It's a nice sunny day today, so why not take advantage of it? Why not? So let's start with the books I have received from publishers since being here. I received from Avon The Angel by Catriona Diamond. I'm doing this the other way around to what I would normally do, just because it's a better setup, so I've got to here's my right hand today. The Angel by Catriona Diamond. This one is already out, I believe, because it was waiting for me when I got here. And Catriona Diamond has already written The Teacher and The Secret, which I have heard some amazing things about. And it looks like a decent psychological thriller with kind of a female protagonist, so we'll see what happens in that one there. And then a book I have actually already read. If you've seen my Instagram, you'll have seen my sort of unboxing of this one and me talking about it a little bit, and that is #Millennial Problems, which has been put together by Rowan Dobson. But this is actually a collection of tweets and Instagram descriptions, which is divided into food, social, adulting, old people finding love, literally dying, work, plugged in, life goals, before us, and IRL. And one of the nicest things about this book is the end papers. It kind of falls open naturally onto this page because I've been showing the end papers off an awful lot because I really love these end papers. It's got the avocado and the coffee and the hashtag and the pug and the dying phone battery, which none of us want to see. And it's one of these sort of smaller hardbacks that hasn't got a dust jacket on, and it's that lovely touchy feeling to make this beautiful green pop, which I absolutely love. So thank you to Square Peg for sending that one, and thank you to Avon for sending The Angel. Then I'm going to talk about my library books. Then I'm going to switch it up a bit because I've got most of these books behind me here to talk about, so I'll have to switch them for library books, so you're not looking at absolutely nothing. So from the library, again, if you follow me on Instagram, these will not be unfamiliar to you, but naturally I had to show them. I was lucky in the library I went to had just about everything I was looking for, and so I was able to pick up quite a lot of books. So firstly, I borrowed All About Mia by Lisa Williamson. I absolutely loved this book right here, The Art of Being Normal. I made a video about it, so I will link that below for you. And I've heard an awful lot about this one, so I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm hoping to set aside a time when I can read this one sort of all at once, because that's what I did with The Art of Being Normal, and I loved that, so hopefully. And then I picked up one which I went up to the section where I think it was, what was it labelled as? Something like gender studies. And this one jumped out at me, and I'd seen this one in the shop, so I decided since the library had it, I would pick it up, and that is Girls Will Be Girls by Emma O'Toole, which I've kind of seen around on people's Instagram and things like that, but I don't know an awful lot about it. Since they had it in the library, why not pick it up? But yeah, this one sounds really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It looks like it hasn't been borrowed. It's like one of these shiny, crispy new ones. So sad that it hasn't been borrowed, but glad that it was there for me. Then one that I've seen a lot of people talking about, Simon from Savage Reads did an interview with this author about this book on his channel, so I will link that video below because it's definitely worth a watch, and that is The Gender Games by Juno Dawson, which I was intending on reading this weekend, but then I started editing some videos and didn't get it started, so hopefully going to get stuck into this one very, very soon. The problem with men and women from someone who has been both. As I say, that video with Simon and Juno was really good, so I will link that one below. And yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into this one. I was so excited when I saw that they had this in the library. And then one that I'm kind of checking out to see if I want to invest in a copy, because I had this one on hold in my library back in Denver, but it just never came in, and it never came in so much so that they just cancelled my hold and said, we can't get this one for you. And over there, it's in excess of $30 to buy. So this is a bit of a try before you buy checkout. And that is Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls, which I've seen so many people talking about. And I've seen all over the shops. And it's another one of these just jacketless, touchy-feely, beautiful hardbacks. And this says, let me read you a bit of the blurb of this one just to whet your appetite. Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls reinvents fairy tales, inspiring girls with the stories of 100 heroic women from Elizabeth I to Serena Williams. Illustrated by 60 female artists from every corner of the globe. This is the most funded original book in the history of crowdfunding. So it's a bit like Nasty Women in that it got crowdfunding to come about, and it just sounds fantastic. And I have been having a little flick through. I did intend to do this as a bedtime story every night, but I got involved in other things, and yeah, you know how I don't really do very well when I set out to do that kind of thing. So yes, looking forward to dipping in this one, and if I do find myself liking it, then I will invest in a copy, but probably have it sent over to Denver, or buy on Amazon.com or something, or wait and get it from Tattered Cover when I get back there. Who knows? Then on to some more fiction. I got 2 books from Non-Pratt. I have one that I already have at home, but I haven't had a chance to read yet, so it was sat there on the shelf, so I was like, right, I'll get it, because I'll probably be in the mood for it when I show you this other one, and that is Remix by Non-Pratt. As I say, I do have this one sitting on my shelf at home. I think you can see it in most of my videos, actually, because it sits just behind me. But yeah, picked up that one because I went in there specifically to look for Truth or Dare by Non-Pratt, which I've heard amazing things about. I've been wanting to get myself a copy, and it's one of these that's got, you can read it from 2 sides. So yeah, very much looking forward to reading that one. And then whilst I was in that whole section, I was very excited to see that they had Girls Can't Hit by T.S. Easton. If you remember a couple of readathons ago, I read Boys Don't Knit and absolutely loved that one. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this one because he is such a funny writer, and again, I've heard so many people saying so many good things about this one. And then another book which I've seen all over YouTube and all over everything, and that is Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index. Again, this I tried to get from my local library and really struggled to find, so I was happy to see it in the library over here. And I've heard mixed things about this one, so I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in and seeing for myself. And then my final library borrow is London Belongs to Us by Sarah Manning. This one I heard about from my lovely friend Zarina. I will link her blog below because she, I believe, has reviewed this one on her blog and recommended it to me ages and ages ago, and it's one of those that I was like, okay, must look that one up, and then kind of never got round to, and then I've been looking for it since I've been back in the country, and I finally found it in my local library. So that is the end of my library books. So I will get on to some of the books that you can see over here that I bought. Right, I missed off a book that I was sent when I was doing my books from publishers. This one is from Century Publishing, and it came out on the 1st of June, and I've been looking forward to reading it, and I've heard a lot of things about it, and I did Instagram it, but that is The Friend by Dorothy Comson. I recently reviewed The Girl from Nowhere by Dorothy Comson. I think I did a video about it on here, so I will link that below. I definitely reviewed it on my channel, but thank you to Century for sending me this one. I will look forward to reading it very soon. Then on to the books that I bought, which you will have seen on Instagram as well, because I'm all about it. This one is particularly Instagrammable, and that is the Midnight at the Bright Ideas bookstore, which is by Matthew Sullivan. And Matthew Sullivan used to work at Tattered Cover bookstore, and I believe that the bookstore in this book is based upon Tattered Cover, so I'm very, very excited to read this one. And I'm just shuggling it around and not keeping it still so you can see the beautiful shiny cover, and it just is a stunning book. I think it's going to have to be one that I read in the house, so that I don't take it out and damage it, because you wouldn't want to spill coffee on this beauty, would you? Then I have a book which, again, I was hoping to read this weekend but haven't got around to. Apparently I just planned far too much into this weekend, thought I could do too much with just 2 days, and that is All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher. This one came out a little while ago, but I asked my mum if she would get me a copy so that I could have it waiting for me here when I arrived back in England, because I knew I wanted to read a physical copy of it rather than an ebook copy. Do you have that, where if you start reading one form with one author, you find it difficult to switch into another form with that author? I think because I read a hard copy of her previous novel, that's why I want to read a hard copy of this one. I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into this one soon. This one was on my September TBR. Then a couple of books which I have read but I have bought hard copies of, and that is The Summer of Impossible Things by Rowan Coleman. I have a video review of this one up on my channel because I absolutely loved it, and I knew that I wanted to get a hard copy of it so I could put it on there, and Rowan very, very kindly sent me some book plates to go in the front of it where she has signed. So this is now a signed copy for my very own. So I'm very excited to have this one, and I will link that video below. And then another one here which has got a big sticker on the front of it, which I will try and get off, because, you know, I used to be someone who kept the stickers on the front of my books, but now I'm like, oh, I don't know about that now. I like my books to be beautiful. This is one I would also like to try and get signed at some point whilst I'm in the UK, but I haven't managed to make it to any events she's been to, even though she's been doing events whilst I've been here, and that is Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This one I'm so excited to just actually have in my hands, because if you do follow me on social media, you'll have seen me literally shouting about this one on there. I made a video about it on here where I enthused all about it all the way through that video, and yeah, I was very affected by reading this book in a very good way, but just amazingly affected. If you haven't watched my video, watch it and then go out and get the book. It's still on offer in loads of the supermarkets. Go and get yourself a copy because it's amazing. And then a few things that I ordered from Amazon to arrive when I got here. I got myself a copy of the very tiny and cute Winter's Snow by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I can't seem to get the light right on this one. It's like it's dark. And this is just a very cute short story that accompanies her novel On the Other Side. Sorry, I seem to be allergic to this country and I've had a horrible chest since I arrived. Then I got myself another copy of Wonder by RJ Palacio, just because I'm going to be going out and doing some supply teaching, and this is an amazing teaching resource. So I literally bought it to put in my teacher bag to take out with me to schools. So that will be going in my backpack right now. And then I got a copy of Elephant Emergency, which is the third book in the Tanglewood Animal Park series by Tamsin Murray. The first one is called Baby Zebra Rescue and the second one is called Troublesome Tiger. You may have seen that I read those during a couple of readathons, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. I'm hoping to be able to read this one before the month is out. It may also go into my teacher bag with me because these stories are just so full of amazing things and amazing things to talk about. It would be fantastic to read it with a class full of children. Then a couple of books I got in foils. I had a little trip to Birmingham to go to the Lindsay Kelk Miranda Dickinson event, and I went to the branch of foils that's in Birmingham Station now, which I was very excited to find, and it was a lovely store. Again, I think I posted about it on my Instagram story, so if you follow me on there you'll have seen it. I got a copy of Freshers by Tom Ellen and Lucy Iverson. I reviewed and loved Lobsters by this writing duo. I made a video about it on here. I've also reviewed it on my channel. I've heard amazing things about this one, so I knew I definitely wanted to get a copy whilst I was over here. And then another author which I've already featured, and again I've heard amazing things about this book, and this one is Margot and Me by Juno Dawson. As you can see, they were buy one get one half price, so that's why I got the two of them together. And again, I am looking forward to getting stuck into this one because I've heard really good things about this one as well. Then speaking of the event with Miranda Dickinson and Lindsay Kelk, I obviously got myself a copy of I Heart Forever by Lindsay Kelk. Makes a difference me actually holding up I Heart Forever. I've talked so much about the I Heart series on this channel, and of course I got my copy signed. I may have also bought a copy for a friend and got it signed as well. I'm not going to show you that in case they watch it on here, but yes, was very excited to read this one, and this is the actual copy that I read. This is a read book already. Then I did a little trip to the works and got myself some books as part of the 3 for 5 deal. So these are going to have stickers on as well. Should have taken the stickers off before I made the video, but I didn't. The first one I got was Sweet Freak, which is by Sophie Mackenzie. I'm just seeing this book everywhere in the shops. I've not heard a lot of people talk about it, but I love the cover, and the premise of it sounds a little bit like One of Us is Lying / 7 Ways We Lie, which have been fantastic sort of YA mystery whodunit type things, and so I thought, yes, I think I want to pick this one up and give it a go. Then I got myself a physical copy of The Picture House by the Sea by Holly Hepburn. I've read all 4 of the novellas of this one, and I believe I've talked about them on here as well. I did one as part of the 7 mini reviews thing that I did, that I read for the Booktubeathon or the Bout of Books readathon, I can't remember which now, and I'm going to an event with Holly Hepburn next weekend, so I wanted to get myself a physical copy of the book so that I could get it signed, because I absolutely loved this series. If you haven't read this series, A, go to the works and buy the full book, or B, download the 4 different parts onto your Kindle, give it a go. It's such a cute series, but you will want coffee and ice cream and to watch all the classic films after having read this. That's just a little warning that the book comes with. And then I got a copy of Class, Welcome to the Little School by the Sea, which is by Jenny Colgan, which was previously released as her writing as Jane Beaton, and there are 2 books I believe in this series, and I'd kind of seen them around, and when I saw them and I saw that they were part of the deal, I had to pick it up. So there we go. I'm sorry this is such a long book haul, but it was always going to be this way with me coming back to the UK and being able to access books that I can't do in Denver. I'm quite lucky that I get to kind of travel between the two places and access the different books and the different authors that both countries have to offer, and long may it last, definitely. So if you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have read any of these in the comments below and which you think that I should put to the top of my TBR to read next. As I said, I've already read, I think, 4 of these books, which isn't too bad. It makes a change from me hauling a load of books I haven't read and won't read anytime soon, but books are amazing. Who doesn't love new books anyway? Yes, if you are not already subscribed, please click that subscribe button. I would love to have you on board, and all my social media links will, as always, be in the comments, not in the comments, in the description box below. Links to my blog and links to any of those videos and reviews of the books I have already read will be in there as well. So thank you again for watching, and I will have another video for you soon, not necessarily with this background, it'll probably be with my old background, but I will see you with that video then. Bye.